Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack complex topics and really extract those crucial insights to get you well-informed fast. Today we're diving into a pretty fascinating collection of sources. They paint this vivid picture of escalating tensions on the Thai-Cambodian border, and it's all interwoven with some really high-stakes political drama and, well, the shadowy world of transnational crime. You've sent us reports, interviews, statements from key figures, and our mission really is to connect all these dots, give you a comprehensive understanding of what's truly at play here.
Yeah, what's really illuminating, I think, is how these seemingly local incidents, right at a border crossing, can open a window onto much larger regional and political implications. We'll start with the immediate friction we're seeing there at the border, then we'll move to some surprising, very public accusations being thrown around, and finally we'll try to connect all of that to the deep-seated political rivalries and the significant economic drivers that are really impacting the region. The core question underpinning all this is, what happens when national interests get tangled up with the personal power struggles of some very powerful individuals?
That's a great way to frame it. Okay, let's dig in. So our sources begin at the Changcham border crossing. That's in Surin, Thailand. Initially, it was quiet, apparently. But then the situation reportedly became, chaotic around 5:00 p.m. Seems there were foreigners processing documents, and here's where it gets really interesting. A Cambodian journalist was seen questioning Thai soldiers. This journalist reportedly asked why the Thai border gate described as blue was open, while the Cambodian side, gray, remained firmly closed.
And the Thai military's explanation, at least according to these sources, was quite specific. They said their gate was only open for, emergencies, sick individuals, or Cambodian citizens actually returning home. They explicitly stated it was not open for general tourism. So that suggests a very controlled, maybe even restricted approach, right?
Right. But the Cambodian journalist apparently pressed them further, suggesting the Thai side was, strategically creating a good image or trying to appear dignified by keeping their gate open, almost like a performance.
Yeah, and the Thai officials, they quickly countered that, emphasizing, this is our sovereign territory, we operate under our own rules. They firmly denied any image creation agenda. And this really highlights a classic challenge, doesn't it, in international relations. How do two sovereign nations manage a shared border when their protocols, maybe even their public narratives, are clearly at odds? Especially during sensitive times. You can sort of feel the tension there.
Definitely. And adding to that tension, our sources reveal that Thai immigration officers were actually filming their interactions, seemingly, to have evidence against potential misrepresentation from the other side. But then, interestingly, a Cambodian immigration official claimed that Thai authorities were preventing Thai tourists from crossing into Cambodia, kind of subtly shifting the blame, or at least implying the holdup was actually on the Thai side.
Okay. So that's a textbook example of narrative shaping, isn't it? You've got both sides offering these contrasting interpretations of the very same events, each framing the situation, to their advantage. It just shows how quickly a local incident can become this point of contention with very different national viewpoints.
Yeah, exactly. And that border friction, while it seems maybe minor on its own, it takes on a whole new dimension when we look at the escalating political rhetoric. Our sources quickly draw our attention to recent public statements from key Cambodian figures. Former Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen, he recently gave this long, publicly broadcast speech. Some sources say 4 hours, others maybe 3 hours live. And in it, he reportedly made threats to expose former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin.
Right. And that immediately signals a much deeper rift, doesn't it? Something much bigger than just a simple border spat. And what's really significant here is how Sam Rainsy interpreted this. He's Cambodia's prominent former opposition leader, now in exile. In a statement he released on June 28th, he argued that Hun Sen's apparent anger towards Thailand, it isn't about patriotism at all. Not really. Instead, Rainsy describes it as a personal and political reaction rooted in fear, unquote. This fear, according to Rainsy, is that Hun Sen's own regime, which Rainsy alleges is deeply intertwined with international criminal networks, might actually collapse.
Wow, that's a dramatic accusation. And Sam Rainsy makes an even more staggering claim. He alleges these illicit operations, specifically these Chinese mafia-controlled call center gangs operating along the border, they generate a shocking $12 billion annually.
$12 billion?
Yeah. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's nearly half of Cambodia's entire gross domestic product.
Right. It's huge.
And according to Rainsy, these networks are allegedly protected by powerful figures within the Cambodian government, including, he says, members of Hun Sen's own family. The sheer scale of this alleged illicit economy, I mean, if that's true, it just profoundly shifts our understanding of the government's priorities and maybe its vulnerabilities.
And Rainsy asserts that Thailand's recent crackdown on these call center gangs, including measures like cutting off water and electricity to their operations, that directly threatens this crucial income source for Hun Sen. He argues that as Cambodia's more traditional revenue streams, like natural resources, concessions, as those have started to dry up, the Cambodian government has become increasingly reliant on these illegal activities.
So Rainsy is suggesting that Hun Sen's whole anti-Thai rhetoric is really just a political smokescreen. It's designed, he claims, to distract everyone from the real issue, the immediate threat to his regime's alleged financial lifeline. He even points out Hun Sen's selective anger, right? Noting that while Hun Sen fiercely condemns Thailand, he stays notably silent on sensitive border issues with Vietnam. Vietnam being, a longtime supporter of his regime, despite long-standing public concern about that border in Cambodia itself.
Yeah, that implies a more strategic motivation, doesn't it? Rather than just pure nationalism.
Seems like it.
And if we connect this to the broader geopolitical landscape, Sam Rainsy he's directly appealing to the international community, asking them to support the dismantling of these criminal networks, even if doing so leads to political changes in Phnom Penh. Which raises a crucial question for us. To what extent do global efforts against organized crime actually intersect with, or maybe even drive, the domestic politics and stability of sovereign nations?
It's a huge question. And Sam Rainsy's claims they find an echo from another former Cambodian opposition member. This person, speaking from Thailand, apparently confirmed these statements as factual. This individual reiterated that Hun Sen has consistently prioritized personal gain over national interest, suggesting his claims of serving the nation are, well, in their view, just not genuine.
Right, and this former opposition member apparently further highlighted the stark contrast between the general poverty of the Cambodian people and the, lavish lifestyle of Hun Sen's family. This comparison, as it's presented in the sources, it sort of reinforces the idea that these call center and gray Chinese operations, which are essentially illicit businesses, often run by or linked to Chinese nationals operating outside legal frameworks, that these are a primary, if illicit, income source for the ruling elite, rather than, say, official state revenue.
Okay, so adding a crucial Thai perspective now, we hear from Paul LT General Pongsakorn Rodchampu. He's a respected former Deputy Secretary General of Thailand's National Security Council, and he weighed in on this apparent severing of ties between Hun Sen and former Thai PM Thaksin. And this is significant because, as our sources indicate, this relationship reportedly spanned over 30 years, involved significant personal political dealing.
Yeah, 30 years is a long time. But Pongsakorn suggests this breakup, it isn't really surprising at all. He believes it likely stems from political interests not aligning, or maybe a deal that just didn't close as expected. He points out that Hun Sen, having ruled Cambodia for over 40 years, he has a long history of discarding allies, whether they're friends, relatives, close associates, whenever it serves his own benefit. It's presented as a pattern of political expediency.
Right. And according to Pongsakorn, Hun Sen's public bluffing against the Thai government, implying he has something in hand to release if his demands aren't met, that poses a real weakness for Thailand.
A weakness?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, Pongsakorn specifically mentions this is especially true given the implied familial relations between Hun Sen and Thaksin. These long-rumored personal ties that might go beyond just political alliance, maybe hinting at shared sensitive knowledge.
Ah, okay, so shared secrets perhaps, that makes sense. And Pongsakorn raises a critical concern then, that the Thai government could potentially be controlled or sort of forced into making decisions that otherwise shouldn't. He even provocatively suggests that the current Thai prime minister should maybe consider stepping down, arguing that their position could inadvertently be a weakness for the country because of these underlying personal and political dynamics.
That's a strong statement.
It is, and it really highlights a key question for us, doesn't it? How deeply do these historical personal ties between leaders actually impact the current geopolitical maneuvering between nations? And what vulnerabilities might they create?
It's quite striking, then, how both the Cambodian opposition figures and the Thai analysts seem to largely converge on a similar point here, that this dramatic public split between Hun Sen and Thaksin is likely rooted in conflicting interests, potential loss of benefits, and it reveals this deep-seated political maneuvering that goes way beyond just simple diplomatic differences.
Absolutely. It's far more complex.
So what an intricate web we've untangled today. I mean, from those curious, tense interactions at a border checkpoint, to these explosive accusations of high-level corruption and geopolitical manipulation, it's pretty clear that the situation on the Thai-Cambodian border is far more than just some localized dispute.
Exactly. We've really seen how local border policies, internal political power struggles happening within Cambodia, and this lucrative, shadowy world of transnational crime can all converge. And they create these truly complex challenges for regional stability. The insights from those former opposition figures and the security analysts, they powerfully underscore that what might look like nationalistic fervor can, in fact, be driven by deeply personal and deeply political motivations.
Yeah, you've now gained, hopefully, a clearer understanding of how accusations of image building at a border can mask much deeper economic vulnerabilities, and how even long-standing political alliances can just crumble quite dramatically when financial interests or, power dynamics shift. It's a vital reminder, isn't it, that truly understanding global events often requires looking beyond the immediate headlines, trying to uncover the motivations and the hidden structures beneath it all.
Absolutely. And as you reflect on this deep dive, maybe consider this provocative thought. In our increasingly interconnected world, where does the line truly lie between a nation's sovereign right to control its own borders and the international community's imperative, maybe even responsibility, to dismantle global criminal networks, especially when those networks are alleged to be directly funding a national regime? And maybe more immediately, what is this ongoing tension and these very personal feuds we've discussed? What does it all mean for the future of cooperation or conflict in Southeast Asia?